ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Amajal Olds with your ZNS Total Sports. With the biggest senior tennis tournament beginning on Monday, PR man for the Bahamas Lawn Tennis Association, Perry Newton, tells us what to expect.
The competition is going to be fast. We have 18 participants on the men's side, and we have 12 participants on the female side. So we're expecting a good showing. Competition is going to be tight for those coveted spots for our senior teams next year.
Newton adds that expect some top junior names to be in the mix as well.
With the junior players, we have a few players on the junior side that's going to be playing. The minimum age is 14 years old. So we have Jacoby Blaine, who's going to be playing this year, as well as Dante and Bristol. We also have Kofi Bow on the men's side out of Freeport, who will be playing this year, covering the junior side. And then we have our top male pro athletes. We have Baker Newman, who was the number 2 last year, Spencer Newman, his brother, who was the former number 1. We also, current number 1. And then we have the Philip Major Jr. and Kevin Major Jr. Those are a few of the top players, as well as Rodney Carey, who just recovered recently from an ACL injury. So the competition is going to be very fast. We have a few amateur players who's going to be playing this year, and first-timers, and they want to have that opportunity to try and represent this country as well.
In news from the NBA, DeAndre Ayton and the Suns get back into the win column, ending their 10-game losing streak after a surprising win versus the Dallas Mavericks last night. This despite the fact this year's top pick had one of his worst performances of the season so far, going 3 for 13 from the field, finishing with 7 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 turnovers. The game was billed as a showdown between the top 2 contenders for Rookie of the Year, as Dallas Mavericks star forward Luka Doncic finished with 13 points and 6 assists, but ultimately it was not enough. The Suns secured the 99-89 victory. With the Makers won the Bahamas Bowl on the horizon, the man in charge of making sure the field is ready for play is already hard at work doing so. Tom Snyder tells us more.
Sure. So we arrived yesterday along with the container that was shipped over for our supplies for this year. Worked with Customs to open that container and pull out our supplies that we have to order each year, the paint, other supplies that we take care of. And then now we're just starting getting the stadium to turn it into a football stadium. We do. Every day we kind of assign task list where the field crew will look to start lining the field, putting the stencils out for the logos that the fans will see on the field. And then we're also, the inside teams, getting the locker rooms ready for the teams.
And in track and field news, 2 local collegiate track athletes talking to our news team about their transition into their respective programs. Up first is Blair Catlin, who attends West Texas A&M University.
The warm-ups are totally different. So the warm-ups are really different. It's more technical, that I would say, and also we have gym incorporated with that. So the gym is also different because I didn't do gym here. The 20-25 minutes. There it's like 45 minutes, I would say basically an hour. The warm-ups are usually longer than the actual workout. So I had to get myself adjusted to that energy-wise because I would be really fatigued from it. So it took me quite a while to get adjusted to that.
Up next is Rice University's Tanai Dorsett, who spoke about adjusting to life in Houston.
Well, transitioning from high school at St. Augustine's College has been an experience because in Houston, Rice University is in the city, so I had to get used to the city life. And also, Rice is like a harder school than St. Augustine's, so therefore I had to get used to the workload and the amount of studying I had to do to pass the classes. It's been an experience because it's similar to the training I had here, but it's less like running and more like tempo. So you don't run as much, but you just get your heart rate up. So it's a different atmosphere.
In basketball news, the UB men's basketball team lost their first game of a 3-game South Florida tour on Wednesday night at St. Thomas University in Miami Gardens. The Mingos were hoping last night to stop the 1-game losing streak against the Florida Memorial Lions. The Mingos staying close throughout, making the game competitive for all 4 quarters, but ultimately in what seems to be a theme was unable to close out. They fell to the Lions 81-75. Head coach Bacchus rolled.
At the end of the game, 6 minutes to go in the game, we saw a resurgence of energy. We saw the guys really give it their very best. And I think we really was able to string together some points. And And at one point, we took the lead, maybe by about 1 point, but it was a dogfight, and our guys responded well. We have to work on better guard play. Unfortunately, we lost Ramon Dames, point guard, tonight. He may not be available for us next game. So we have to get a better effort out of our backup point guards and defensively as well as offensively. But I think if we're able to go through Sylvester like we did tonight in the second half of the game, where we ran the offense through him, he made some things happen. He had an awesome game tonight. I think 24 points, 16 rebounds, 5 assists, along with 5 steals. This may have been one of the best games he's played in a very long time. So if we can feed off that, along with better guard play, we will see a win tomorrow, definitely.
And that's been a look at sports. Quick check on weather is up next.